Hi, I'm Vivian Harris, Greens candidate for Eden Monaro. I have master's degrees in veterinary science and education and qualifications in environmental health, looking in particular at the health effects of climate change. And I'm running for the Greens because it is a climate emergency and because the Greens are the only party to have policies that recognise the urgency and scale of what is required if we want to stay close to 1.5 degrees warming. And of course, climate change is already affecting Eden Monaro with the Black Summer bushfires and the decreasing snow cover. The other main problem right now in Eden Monaro is the rising costs of living, a lot of that being pushed by housing costs. The Greens' main policies are to build 1 million energy efficient, low income and social housing homes over the next 10 years, to have free education, to put dental and mental health into Medicare, and to raise the social security rate to $88 a day, to the poverty line instead of half the poverty line. And these are fully costed plans that are going to be paid for with a billionaire's tax and scrapping the stage 3 tax cuts to rich people, and by making companies that are posting billions of dollars of profits and paying zero tax actually contribute their fair share to our society. I feel confident that our policies will benefit the vast majority of Australians. So vote One Greens. I am not familiar with the details of the particular award in which you refer, but as it is disadvantaging local businesses, the Greens would be keen to have a conversation with the Chamber of Commerce. We'd be keen to discuss how we might establish a fairer competitive platform for local businesses, particularly small businesses, operating in what is essentially a tourism environment. Well, a first step would be to determine whether this is a matter for state or federal industrial relations jurisdiction, and whether it is legally or administratively feasible to extend this award beyond the industry geographic area. And of course, another obstacle to attracting staff is the fact that so many people cannot afford to live in the area in which they're working. And we are hoping that our 1 million homes over the next 10 years will actually take some of the heat out of the rental market. The Greens are a grassroots political organisation that support active involvement of citizens in local politics, particularly where this impacts on the social and economic well-being of the communities. And I would welcome the establishment of a mechanism such as you described to encourage and guide good corporate citizenship. I understand that there is concern about the fill level of Lake Jindabyne and a suggestion that the maximum should be 88% or lower, and we would certainly be interested in talking about this. Any labour regulations or work visas to which the Greens would agree would have to be based on the payment of the legal minimum wage or greater. The Greens do not support paying international workers at a rate that is lower than Australian nationals. I am a member of the Greens, not an independent, and we are the most successful and enduring third political party that Australia has produced. We are unlikely to deny supply, but we will always make decisions based on the greater good and the national interest. The Greens are guided by science on the matters of the environment and by strong social and economic justice principles on matters of the economy and public well-being. And this makes us significantly more progressive than either of the major two parties, but closer to the ALP than we are to the LNP. The Greens view the current aged care regime under the Morrison government as a failure, and I would support any community that seeks to care for its aged by strongly advocating on their behalf in Parliament and voting for policies that increase funding for aged care residents and for nurses and carers.